The vast emptiness of space stretched before the TSS horizon, its sleek silhouette cutting through the infinite darkness like a silent predator. Captain Rowan Khalsa stood motionless at the bridge's observation deck, his dark eyes scanning the endless starfield. 20 years of space service had etched lines of experience across his face, but his gaze remained as sharp and focused as ever. "Status report," Rowan called out, his voice calm yet commanding. The bridge crew moved with practiced precision, their movements a testament to years of rigorous training and preparation. Dr. Elena Rodriguez approached, her tablet displaying complex quantum resonance patterns. "Captain, our long-range sensors are picking up unusual energy signatures at the edge of the Orion sector. Something's not adding up." The ship's advanced quantum detection systems were humanity's most closely guarded secret. While other spacefaring civilizations relied on massive energy outputs and brute force technologies, Earth had chosen a different path: stealth, efficiency, and adaptive intelligence. Lieutenant Marcus Webb, the ship's communications officer, interrupted the silence. "Captain, we're receiving an encrypted transmission from the Galactic Coordination Council. Priority 1 encryption." Rohan nodded, his mind already calculating potential scenarios. The Galactic Coordination Council was a loose alliance of spacefaring civilizations, and their Priority 1 messages rarely brought good news. Admiral Kai Nakamura's holographic projection materialized on the bridge, his seasoned features revealing a mix of concern and determination. "Captain Khalsa, we've detected a massive alien fleet preparing to enter neutral space. Our intelligence suggests they're the Krelvax, a species known for harvesting resources from less technologically advanced civilizations." Elena's fingers danced across her tablet, pulling up detailed scans. "Their energy signatures are massive. Traditional defensive systems would be overwhelmed in minutes." "Not if we're not traditional," Rohan responded, a slight smile crossing his lips. He turned to his crew. "Activate Project Whisper." Project Whisper was humanity's most ambitious technological endeavor. A quantum-adaptive camouflage system that didn't just hide a ship, but fundamentally altered how sensors perceived space itself. It was more than invisibility. It was a complete reimagining of technological perception. The horizon's exterior began to shimmer, its surface adopting microscopic quantum-entangled arrays that could bend not just light, but the very fabric of space-time. To any external sensor, the ship would appear as nothing more than background radiation, or potentially not even register at all. "Krelvax fleet approaching," Marcus announced. "They're broadcasting standard subjugation protocols. Typical colonization transmission." Admiral Nakamura's hologram leaned forward. "This is our moment. We show them that humanity is not just another resource to be harvested." Elena's excitement was palpable. "The quantum mesh is at 98% synchronization. We can not only hide but actively manipulate their sensor networks." Rowan's voice was steel, not destruction. Demonstration. As the Krelvax fleet drew closer, their massive crystalline ships gleaming with weaponry that had conquered countless civilizations, they expected another easy conquest. They were about to learn that humanity's greatest strength was not in its weapons, but in its ability to adapt, to think beyond conventional limitations. The stage was set for a confrontation that would redefine the balance of power in the galaxy, a silent revolution where technology, strategy, and an unwavering spirit would challenge everything the Krelvax believed about technological supremacy. The horizon waited, a predator in the darkness, ready to reveal that true power lies not in overwhelming force, but in the capacity to reimagine the very rules of engagement. The communication hub of the Earth Defense Command pulsed with intense energy. Lieutenant Aisha Patel leaned forward, her fingers dancing across multiple holographic interfaces as she decoded the incoming transmissions from the horizon. The Krelvax fleet's communication patterns were intricate, but humanity had developed something far more sophisticated: adaptive linguistic algorithms that could not just translate, but anticipate communicative intent. "Commander Reyes," she called out, her voice cutting through the low hum of advanced technology. I'm detecting something unusual in their communication matrix. Victor Rice approached, his experimental weapons development background giving him a unique perspective on alien communication. The large screen before them showed the Krelvax fleet's movements, each crystalline ship a potential threat. Yet something felt different. They're not just preparing for conquest, Victor muttered, studying the data. They're uncertain. Ambassador Zara Okonkwo entered the command center, her diplomatic credentials matched only by her strategic brilliance. "Uncertainty is our greatest weapon," she said, her deep brown eyes scanning the holographic displays. "The Krelvax have spent millennia believing in their technological superiority. They've never encountered a species that chooses to be deliberately unpredictable." The communication systems suddenly lit up. A transmission from the horizon, encrypted, but deliberately allowing partial decryption. It was a calculated move, showing just enough to intrigue, but not enough to reveal their full capabilities. Aisha's translation algorithms worked overtime. They're sending what appears to be a historical archive. But it's not just data, it's a narrative. Seams of human conflict, cooperation, technological breakthrough. Victor raised an eyebrow. "We're weaponizing our history." "Not weaponizing," Zara corrected, contextualizing. "The Krelvax understand power through domination. We're showing them power through adaptation, through learning from our mistakes." The communication hub became a nexus of strategic brilliance. Each piece of transmitted information was carefully curated. Images of global cooperation during climate crisis, technological breakthroughs achieved through international collaboration, moments where humanity chose understanding over destruction. "They're detecting our transmission," Aisha reported, "but they're not responding with aggression. They're analyzing." Victor pulled up the experimental weapon schematics he'd been developing. Quantum disruptors that could disable technology without destruction, adaptive systems that could reconfigure themselves faster than any known alien technology could predict. "We're not just defending," Victor said, his voice low and determined. "We're teaching." The Krelvax fleet continued its approach, but something had changed. The predatory certainty was gone, replaced by a growing sense of confusion. Humanity was presenting them with a paradox, a civilization that didn't fit into their understanding of technological progression. Ambassador Okonkwo watched the displays, a slight smile playing on her lips. They expected a prey. Instead, they found a mirror, reflecting back their own limitations, their own stagnation. As the horizon continued its quantum dance of concealment and revelation, the first seeds of doubt were being planted in the Krelvax collective consciousness. This was more than a potential conflict. This was a philosophical challenge that would shake the very foundations of their understanding of technological and social evolution. The silent battle had begun, not with weapons, but with ideas. Deep within the Earth's most secure research facility, Dr. Jamal Singh stood before a holographic projection that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Quantum entanglement modules danced in intricate patterns, representing a breakthrough that would change everything humanity understood about technological interaction. "The Krelvax are still analyzing our transmissions," Captain Maya Lindbergh reported, her stealth operations background making her the perfect liaison for this delicate mission. "But they're no longer approaching with absolute certainty." Jamal's fingers traced the quantum matrices, each movement revealing layers of complexity that would baffle most scientific minds. "We're not just showing them our technology," he explained. "We're demonstrating a fundamental difference in philosophical approach to technological development." Supreme Diplomat Kendra Wallace entered the secure lab, her diplomatic credentials matched only by her deep understanding of xenotechnology. "The historical transmissions are working," she confirmed. "Their communication patterns are changing. They're confused, but more importantly, they're curious." The quantum gambit was humanity's most ambitious technological strategy. Instead of presenting overwhelming force, they were offering a philosophical challenge. The Krelvax had spent millennia believing that technological advancement was a linear path of increasing destructive capability. Humanity was about to show them a radically different perspective. Maya pulled up a holographic display of the Krulvax fleet. Their sensor networks are attempting to penetrate our quantum mesh, but it's like trying to catch smoke with a net. We're not just hiding, we're actively reshaping their perception of reality. Dr. Singh smiled. Perception is the ultimate technology. The Krulvax have weapons that can destroy planets, but they've forgotten how to truly see. The quantum modules began to pulse with an almost living rhythm. These were more than just technological devices. They were adaptive systems that could learn, anticipate, and fundamentally alter the way technology interacted with the universe. We're transmitting another layer of information, Kendra explained. Not just our historical achievements, but the philosophical journey that led to those achievements. Our failures, our conflicts, and most importantly, how we learned from them. The facility hummed with potential. Each quantum module represented a different approach to technological innovation, systems that could adapt, learn, and fundamentally reimagine their own purpose. It was a stark contrast to the Krulvax's rigid, conquest-driven technological development. Maya's communication device chirped. The horizon is reporting increased uncertainty in the Krulvax fleet's communication patterns. They're starting to fragment, not militarily, but philosophically. Dr. Singh watched the quantum matrices shift and dance. We're introducing a virus of thought, he said quietly. Not a destructive virus, but an adaptive one. A way of thinking that challenges their entire understanding of technological progression. The room fell silent, the weight of the moment hanging in the air. Humanity was doing something unprecedented, fighting a potential war by challenging an entire civilization's philosophical foundation. They expected a target, Kendra murmured. Instead, they found a mirror. The quantum modules continued their intricate dance, each pulse a subtle challenge to the Krulvax's understanding of technology, power, and progress. This was more than a potential conflict. This was a revolution of thought, carried on waves of quantum possibility. The void of space became a canvas of potential, where the impossible was about to become reality. Commander Omar Hassan's fingers moved with precision across the quantum navigation console of the Earth Defense Command's primary strategic center. Each movement was a calculated dance of possibilities, tracing potential outcomes that defied traditional military strategy. The Krulvax fleet is experiencing complete systemic recalibration, Dr. Nikolai Volkov reported, his xenobiological analysis revealing something unprecedented. Their communication networks are fragmenting, not through destruction, but through a fundamental reimagining of their technological paradigm. Admiral Elizabeth Chen watched the holographic displays, her decades of strategic experience condensing into this singular moment. The Krulvax, a civilization that had conquered hundreds of worlds through overwhelming technological force, were now facing their greatest challenge, a species that refused to be defined by their terms. We're not defeating them, Omar said quietly. We're inviting them to evolve. The quantum transmissions from the horizon had done more than disrupt the Krulvax fleet. They had introduced a virus of thought, a philosophical challenge that struck at the core of the alien civilization's understanding of progress, power, and potential. Nikolai's screen showed something remarkable. Their internal communications are changing. They're discussing concepts they've never considered before: cooperation, adaptive learning, technological humility. Admiral Chen's voice was calm, but charged with significance. Humanity's greatest weapon has never been our technology. It's our capacity to learn, to adapt, to see beyond the immediate conflict. The Krulvax fleet, once a symbol of unstoppable conquest, now hung in space like a question mark. Their crystalline ships, designed for destruction, were now receiving transmissions that challenged everything they believed about technological advancement. A communication channel opened. For the first time, a Krulvax diplomatic representative appeared, not as a conqueror, but as something entirely new. "We do not understand," the representative stated, its crystalline form shifting with what could only be described as confusion. "Your technology defies our comprehension. You have the capacity to destroy us. yet you choose to communicate. Commander Hassan stepped forward. Destruction is the language of limitation. We're offering something far more powerful: understanding. The holographic displays began showing a cascade of human achievements, not just technological milestones, but moments of collective growth, climate crisis solutions, global cooperation, technological breakthroughs achieved through collaboration rather than competition. We are not exceptional because we are powerful, Omar explained. We are powerful because we are constantly learning to be better. Dr. Volkov's analysis continued to stream in. The Krelvacs were experiencing a collective philosophical transformation. Their rigid hierarchical system was beginning to crack, replaced by something more fluid, more adaptive. Admiral Chen understood the true victory. This was not about defeating an enemy, but about expanding the universe's understanding of what civilization could be. "We're not just changing a fleet," she said softly. "We're changing a civilization's understanding of itself." As the quantum transmissions continued, something extraordinary happened. The Krelvax fleet, once a symbol of uncompromising conquest, began to reconfigure, not through destruction, but through a process of adaptive reconstruction. The final transmission from the horizon was both an invitation and a challenge. The universe is not a battlefield. It's a classroom. In that moment, humanity did something unprecedented. They transformed a potential war into an opportunity for growth, turning the vast emptiness of space into a canvas of infinite potential. The silent revolution was complete, not with a weapon, but with an idea.